Hi fam, how are you? I'm doing well, thanks. I think this is day 32 of recording these. Can you believe it? I kind of can't believe it. I am amazed that I have gone 32 days of doing this without missing one, and how fast it's gone. Like, it feels like I've been doing it for a week and a half. How is it over a month already? That's amazing. Yeah, so thanks for being here on this journey with me. Today, I want to talk about my past addictions and how they sort of evaporated almost on their own. I started smoking when I was 15, and I quit a few times between age 15 and, when did I quit? Like 3 years ago? I don't remember. You might not have seen all my episodes, but I am absolutely terrible with keeping track of time. Like, not short amounts of time, like minutes and hours, but oh no. My smoke alarm. I think I'm gonna have to pause this and deal with that. I don't want it to keep chirping while I'm recording. All right, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Smoke alarm has fresh batteries. At least the one in this room. I hope it was the one in this room that chirped. I can't always tell which one it was, so if we're lucky, it was the one in this room. All right, moving on. So yeah, I smoked for close to 30 years. Well, smoked and then vaped the last few years. I switched to 100% to vaping for like probably the past 3 years. And oh yeah, I had quit a few times for anywhere from a few days to a year over that period of time. But aside from when I was running, it was always a struggle. It was always like a battle. It was something that I was doing because I felt like I should, not because I just naturally wanted to. It was something I was doing for my health, but like the desire to smoke was like still really strong within me for a lot of them. Now, I did get into running briefly, and I didn't stop smoking to start running. I just started running, and then naturally, like, cigarettes started tasting worse and worse, and then I just quit. But then in typical me fashion, I ran too far too soon before my muscles were ready, I guess. And I injured the tendons that run along the side of the knee. I don't know what it's called. I didn't go to the doctor for it or anything. I just knew that I'd overstressed them, and it took like literally years for them to stop like feeling bruised. And that was, I ran 7 miles. And then I had to walk home, like basically in tears because my knees hurt so bad. Then getting up and down the stairs after that was really painful for a while and scary. But I started smoking again when I stopped running. But, and then the drinking was on and off, and the drinking was never like, all day, every day, like in the morning, but it was like, I drank every day after work. I drank every day of the week. And there were a few periods where I didn't. But for the most part, I want to say from my 20s to my 40s, I was drinking pretty much every day. And then I did the artist way and worked through it with a cohort. And the artist way really gets you to do all this investigation into yourself about what you like and don't like honestly, really. It gets you to take yourself out on artist dates, and your artist is a child. Your artist is your inner child. And so do what your inner child wants to do. Like, it could be going to a toy store, it could be going to a museum, it could be playing out in a field of wildflowers, it could be flying a kite, it could be thrift store shopping, it could be any number of things that delights your inner child. And that isn't like considered productive, you know? It's not going to be something that's on a to-do list, generally. I've started putting things like that on my to-do list to give them just as much importance as chores and stuff, or even more importance than chores. But typically, this sort of thing is not on a to-do list. And to go through your life and start removing things that you don't like. Very Marie Kondo. And let's see here. Let me see if I can grab her book without causing too much chaos. I should have grabbed it before, but okay. So, actually, I'm almost done with this braid. Let me finish braiding this, and then I will show you both The Artist Way and Marie Kondo's book. And while I do this, my doubt monster has been rearing its head again, telling me that I need to be more like the functional melancholic in how I tell my stories, very serious and full of gravitas, or more like Florence Given, which I think would be easier for me to do. I really like Florence Given. I haven't talked about her yet, but she is a delight and very energetic, and yeah, I like her. But she definitely has like clear, she talks about like stories from her own life, but she also has like clear lessons from them. And I would like to get there, but I'm not there, and I'm not going to beat myself up for it or not record these because I'm not there yet. If I get there, it will be naturally through practice. Anyway. Okay, so The Artist Way, my old beloved copy. I think I've had this since 2012-ish. Yeah, it's just so good. Has like things like this. Name your dream. That's right, write it down. In a perfect world, I would secretly love to be a blank. In a perfect world, where would you like to be in 5 years in relation to your dream and true north? In the world we inhabit now, what action can you take this year to move you closer? Here's like a list of hypothetical things you could say if you wanted to learn something and didn't have to do it perfectly. Like, if I didn't have to do it perfectly, I would like to do stand-up comedy or modern dancing or whitewater rafting or learning German. So it's just like getting you used to the idea of being curious about yourself. If you didn't have to do things perfectly, it just really encourages you to expand and to, like I said, also look at the things that you don't like Marie Kondo, the life-changing magic of tidying up. She encourages you to basically do a vibe check on everything you own one at a time. And like, if it doesn't bring you joy, out the door it goes. And so I was doing these things and like journaling every day and paying attention to things that delighted me. And then one day I was like running out of vape liquid and I didn't want to buy more. I didn't want to go to the vape store and get more liquid. So I didn't. And the first 3 days were really hard, as they always are. The last day I did have moments of screaming and punching a pillow because I just felt like my skin didn't fit right. It's just a super aggravating feeling. If you've never had an addiction, it's extremely uncomfortable. But that's all it is discomfort. Well, I guess with some addictions, it can be like you can have physical dependency, and in those cases, you want the help of a healthcare professional, which I am not. So please do your due diligence and get the help, the certified, licensed, educated help you need. Where was I? Oh yeah, discomfort. So, and I just quit. And this time I didn't miss it. I didn't want to go back, like, at all. I still don't. I've had a few smoking dreams since I quit, but not very many. And every so often, I'll feel the desire for like that lung hit on the inhale, but it's like a very passing, fleeting thing. And I really don't miss the wheezing. I don't miss the morning cough. I don't miss the expense. I don't miss having to make sure that I had my supplies. Like when it was cigarettes, make sure I had plenty of cigarettes and a full lighter, or when I was vaping, make sure that I had plenty of charged batteries and vape juice. And like, that's all stuff I don't have to worry about now. And I love that for me. And then, I think it was about a year, a little over a year, maybe. And I did the Artist Way again. I went through it again, learned different things, second time, or third time, but second time in a short period of time. And I realized that I was drinking to numb myself out. I know that should be obvious, but it hadn't really been. And I realized that I was drinking because I didn't like my life, and I was trying to escape it while remaining in it. And I was like, maybe I should start removing the things that make me want to drink instead. And so I started doing that, and just decided to quit drinking because I wasn't totally sure either about how I felt about everything, because I'd just been numbing myself to everything. And so when I quit, which got a lot of pushback from the people in my life at the time, and I really started noticing like when something would trigger the desire for me to drink. I'm like, nope, stay present. Pay attention to this. This is a clue. can you do something different about this, or does this need to go? And if it needed to go, it went. And I started feeling better and better, like physically. The biggest problem was sleep. So I started learning how to meditate and be mindful, and I wrote at night as well. Like, I didn't just do morning pages. I also was writing at night for a while, just to get all the crazy thoughts that were keeping me up out of my head and onto paper. And it was definitely a hard transition period, but it was so worth it. It was so worth it. And it was so much easier than it had ever been before. Like, I wasn't forcing myself to do it. I was doing it because I wanted to. Like, and it almost felt like in both situations with the nicotine and the alcohol, it felt like it almost happened to me. It was really odd how it felt. It was more like, okay, it's time to do this now. It was like my body was directing me instead of me directing my body, if that makes sense. But I think that it was due to all the practices I'd already been implementing. They all just kind of clicked into place to make this change possible in my subconscious and in my body. So every little change counts, and they compound, and they can end up combining in ways that you would never expect. It's really powerful. And on that note, I had a really interesting synchronicity this morning that I'm really happy about, and it's really cool to me. So there's a channel called Breathe with Sandy, and I'll link his channel in the description below, all about breath work. And I've only done a couple of his videos. I don't know why, because I had a really great result from the first one I did. I'd had a hard, really painful knot in the middle kind of my back, between just inside, just between my spine and my left shoulder blade. I tried rolling on a tennis ball on my back on it, and it was really, I couldn't stretch it. I just could not get to it to loosen it. And I did this breath work with Sandy video, and it got really tingly while I was doing the breath work, and hot feeling. And then by the end of the video, it was gone. Somehow the breath work helped send blood and oxygen and whatever needed to that spot and helped release it. And it hasn't been back. It's really miraculous. So anyway, I've been thinking that, and I've been hearing breath work, and multiple things I've been reading and listening to. And I'm I really need to get back to Breathe with Sandy, and I'd like to find one to start my day with, but I just hadn't done it yet, And this morning, when I looked at my phone, I had a comment on my art channel. So I went to look at that. And then after that, at the top of my feed was a morning gratitude breathwork with Sandy video, 15-minute morning breathwork. And I was I didn't go looking for it. It came to me. So cool. So I did it. I just sat down and did it, and I saved it to my meditations playlist so that I can do it every morning easily now. And I am so excited, and I'm so grateful that that the universe noticed that I wasn't going and looking for it. So it was just here, you need this. So awesome. Yeah. So that's that. I feel like there was something else I wanted to talk about, but I can't remember. So instead of dragging this out, I'm going to let you go. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be wealthy, and may you feel at ease. I love you so much. Until next time. Bye-bye.